Background information. More drugs coming from Mexico require more gun violence to try and prevent distribution of drugs from Mexico. Mexico's 19,500 hectares devoted to poppy cultivation for heroin. The NRA solution to the expansion of gun violence in America has been generally to advocate for the more widespread deployment and carrying of guns. Since 2007, 70,000 people were killed in Mexico's gun wars. If you're living in a Mad Max world where criminals have free reign and there's no government to stop them, then many people should stay home. The pathetically high child mortality rate in poor countries is in part due to the unethical practices of multinational industries. Multinational drug companies have flooded the world market with overpriced, redundant, useless, and dangerous medicines. Women and children are more likely to die if there's a gun in the house. An example, Australia is considered by many gun control advocates as a successful example of how to apply their gun control laws. Most of the guns used to commit violence in Mexico come from the US. The current solution to gun control laws in the US and gun control laws in Mexico are: in the US, you must receive a gun license or a concealed weapon permit to carry a concealed weapon. In order to buy a concealed weapon, a background for people in the US must be ran. Also, in the US, they are limiting the amount of guns a person can have and or buy. In Mexico, if a citizen can survive the background checks, the amounts of paperwork, the have doesn't require personal recommendations, and the expense, they're limited to buying guns with low stopping power. Only one gun shop is in Mexico where citizens can legally purchase firearms, but it's in Mexico City, not exactly a close try for many Mexicans. The violence in Mexico will be reduced not because of the extremely limited domestic availability of guns, but because of the strengthening of the government and social institutions and the reduction of widespread corruption. The pros of gun control laws in relation to violence in Mexico are: in Mexico, guns are illegal. If guns are brought upon the border, people could be sentenced and put in jail. Massacres can likewise be prevented by a willingness to examine our society, reach out to potentially troubled friends and family members, and act on our gut instinct when it's telling us someone or something isn't quite right. The violence in Mexico will be reduced by the strengthening of government and social institutions. Current to gun control laws. The Second Amendment guarantees the right to bear arms. Criminals will try to find another way to create violence if they can't have guns. Criminals will always find a way to get guns, thus leaving the law-abiding citizens without weapons and defenseless. Tighter gun control will deter criminals from committing crimes. Lastly, by placing restrictions on gun ownership, citizens will feel less safe and more vulnerable.